Once again, the FIA finds itself at the centre of a controversy involving driver statements, now with Charles Leclerc in the crosshairs. After the Mexico GP, the Monegasque driver of Ferrari let slip a word during the press conference, which quickly caught the attention of the media delegates of the entity. The situation raises the question of how the FIA deals with the spontaneity of drivers and how much a simple word can generate repercussion in the backstage of motoring. It all started when Leclerc, visibly exhausted after securing third place, was asked about what he thought as he almost lost control of his car in the Peraltada corner, a tense moment where he had to react to avoid an incident in front of Lando Norris. Leclerc's answer was full of frustration. "I had an overtaking, and when I recovered from that overtaking, I had an overtaking on the other side, and then I thought, fuck you." Aware of the slip, he immediately corrected himself, apologising spontaneously. "Oh, sorry, oh no, I don't want to join Max." This apology is the focus of FIA's analysis, which is considering whether or not to open an official investigation against the Ferrari driver. Previous cases, such as that of Max Verstappen, who was penalised after using swearing at the Singapore GP, serve as a reference. On the occasion, the Dutch had to perform community services and even boycotted some collectives in protest against the decision. Verstappen's situation was part of a broader campaign by the FIA to curb the use of language considered abusive, particularly in a scenario where press conferences have become a sensitive point for the entity. The FIA regulation is clear in prohibiting words, acts or writings that cause moral damage or harm the interest of motoring and the values defended by the entity. However, Leclerc not only acknowledged the mistake but apologised several times, which may weigh in his favour. In a later conversation with the media delegate, he again showed regret, and sources indicate that this attitude is being considered by the entity to avoid further friction with the drivers. There is, however, a fine line that the FIA needs to follow. On the one hand, it seeks to maintain professionalism and prevent undue expressions from becoming frequent. On the other hand, the public appreciates the authenticity and the emotions that arise in intense moments of competition. And it is precisely this balance that the president of FIA, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, highlighted in a recent interview, where he stated that the entity intends to curb abuses without repressing the spontaneity of drivers. With the Brazilian GP approaching, the FIA must make a decision on the case of Leclerc. If you choose to investigate, the entity may announce it next week, before the start of activities in Interlagos. Otherwise, you can leave the situation aside, considering the driver's apology is sufficient to close the incident. What do you think about this issue? Should the FIA be more tolerant with spontaneous statements or keep the stance strict? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news from the world of Formula One.